in the 35, Jarrett Curtis in the 33, Josh Plord 25, Austin Erickson 22, Chip LaQuire 96. We'll give you the rest of the lineup as we go. Green flag in the air, 25 laps of distance. Woody's Auto Street Stocks underway. Jeremy Scott leads his dad, Kenny Caveman Scott, down the back straightaway. Kenny able to get down in front of Luke Gramont. They're all trying to get around Gramont now. Field 3 wide, 3 deep, back further mid-pack. Luke Gramont getting muscled out of the way in car 35. Someone just bounced off the front straightaway wall. It might have been Jim Storis or Don Woodburn, not sure. One of the two sparks were showing. Up front, it's Jeremy Scott leading the way. Kenny Caveman Scott runs in the second spot. Chase Curtis up to third now in the 88C. Dylan Bilodeau fourth, and fifth is Brett Culleton. It's an all Caveman top two right now down the back straightaway. 3 laps in the record books this time by. 3 laps in the record books for your leader, Jeremy Scott, in car number 19. Now Kenny down to the bottom side of his son. Caveman Kenny Scott underneath Jeremy Scott for the top spot. Out of turn number 4, your new leader will be Kenny Caveman Scott in car number 72. Chase Curtis now pushing Kenny Scott down the back straightaway. Jeremy Scott trying to hang to the outside of Curtis. Bilodeau right there as well in car 02. Look at this racing. 3 wide now down the front straightaway. Problems for Jeremy Scott in car number 19. He gets bounced out of the way. Kenny Scott leading the way in car 72. They are stacking up behind him. Chase Curtis. Here comes Dylan Bilodeau now. Curtis gives a shot to Kenny Scott. Now Brett Culleton under Curtis. Full contact, and Bilodeau comes out with the lead. Chris Curtis giving it to the 6 of Brett Culleton as Culleton gave it to his son Chase. This is getting physical up front. New leader is Dylan Bilodeau in car number 02, looking to take sole possession of the points lead in car 02. Here comes Jim Storis now. Storis to the outside on Kenny Scott, down the back straightaway. Caveman looking for his first podium in a very long time in car number 72, trying to hang tough. Jim Storis goes to the outside of Kenny Scott. At the line, looked like Storis had the spot by a bumper cover. Chris Curtis right behind that battle for the second spot. And here comes Albie Ovett now in car 35. Jimmy Storis in car 22X takes the second spot away from Kenny Scott. Chris Curtis trying to do this, take the third spot away. Ovett now sets his sights to the outside of the 26 of Chris Curtis. Now the 35, Albie Ovett goes to the outside on Curtis. Curtis dives to the bottom side on Kenny Scott. Curtis and Scott into it now. Everybody hanging on to it. Albie Ovett through the dirt, and Curtis comes out with the third spot. Kenny Scott made a heck of a save. Now that 72 car is sideways down the front straightaway as Albie Ovett goes to the bottom side on Scott. There has been some real close calls in this one, but everybody's able to keep it headed in the right direction for the most part. Up front, they're all chasing Dylan Bilodeau in car number 02. Bilodeau came in tied with Albie Ovett for the points lead, looking to take sole possession of it here tonight and nail down his second win of the 2019 campaign. Halfway home at the line as your leader Bilodeau has caught John Vinyl to put him a lap down in car number 88. Bilodeau down to the bottom on Vinyl, down the back straightaway. Clean and green thus far in the Woody's Auto Street Stocks. Great racing action here tonight at the Star Speedway, and we do it every Saturday night. Oh, Jim Storis into Vinyl. Jim Storis into John Vinyl, a lap car. He's going to lose second and third. Chris Curtis gets into the second spot. Third now is Albie Ovett. 10 to go at the line for Bilodeau. What a big mistake that was, and now Vinyl is around, and we got big problems. Hot. Green flag back in the air. Woody's Auto Street Stocks back underway. Curtis trying to hang to the outside on Bilodeau. Albie Ovett ready to pounce down to the bottom side on Curtis, down the back straightaway. 10 fingers in the air this time by from Chief Steiner, Steve Grand. 10 laps to go. Chris Curtis not going down without a fight on the outside groove. Chris Curtis hanging tough on the outside of Bilodeau down the back straightaway. Albie Ovett waiting for something to happen up in front of him. Bilodeau trying to shake Chris Curtis, but Chris Curtis is hanging strong on the outside. Albiovit now gets to the bottom side on Curtis, down the front straightaway. Good hard racing up front in the wings on the street stocks. Now Bilodeau bottom side for Ovid down the back stretch. Bilodeau going to try to slam the door shut on Albiovit. Ovid down low, has the preferred line down the front straightaway. They're side by side for the top spot. Albiovit has figured out that 35 car, looking to go back-to-back in car 35 down the back straightaway. Ovid down low, Dylan Bilodeau up high, and Albiovit is your new leader in car number 35. Now Curtis dives to the bottom side on Bilodeau for the second spot. Chris Curtis, little crossover move on Dylan Bilodeau down the back straightaway. He's got the preferred bottom side. Kenny Scott has problems in car 72 down the back straightaway. Something dragging on the 72 car of Kenny Scott. See if he can limp it down pit side. Scott slowing up on pit road. Looks like he's going to be able to, oh, we got a spinner over here. It's Chip LaQuire and Scott Wiggin. Dylan Bilodeau, keep an eye on Chris Curtis. He's hungry in the third spot. Green flag back in the air. Woody's Auto Street Stocks back underway. Green flag in the air. Good even start. Woody's Auto Street Stocks back underway. Chase Curtis just bounced off the front straightaway wall in car number 88. Down the back straightaway, Albiovit has the advantage and has the lead. Bilodeau drops in line. Gonna go to work on the back bumper of Ovid. Gives him a little bit of a shot. 5 to go at the line, and it's Albiovit to lead. Chris Curtis runs in the third spot. His son is fourth. The battle's for fifth. Max Dolliver on the outside of Brett Culleton. Side by side for spot number 5. Culleton on the bottom side. Dolliver up high. Racing hard for that fifth spot. Culleton and Dolliver side by side. Right behind them down the back straightaway. It's all Albiovit at the front in car number 35. Looking to go back to back in car 35 and take the points lead. Culleton and Dolliver still putting on a whale of a show for the fifth spot. Culleton down low, Dolliver hanging tough, getting the advantage on the outside. 2 laps to go at the line, and it's all Albiovit in car number 35. 2 to go at the line. Culleton, caution flag is out. A full weekend of racing for Max Dolliver in car 29. Green flag set to fly. Green white checkered finish. Green flag back in the air. Woody's Auto Street Stocks back underway. Bilodeau trying to hang. Green flag back in the air. Woody's Auto Street Stocks back underway. See if they play games this time. Looks like they got the memo. Green flag back in the air. Good even start. We're back underway. Bilodeau trying to hang to the outside of Ovid down the back straightaway, side by side. Ovid gets the advantage down low. The Curtis boys racing for that third spot. White flag in the air. Bilodeau sideways, and Chris Curtis goes to the bottom side. Dylan Bilodeau got sideways. Max Dolliver right there, ready to pounce down the back stretch for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. This time by, it's Albiovit, 2 for 2. Who's going to get second at the line? It is, wow. Close. A tough start to the season. Looks like this 35 is figured out now. She was smooth. You and Dylan putting on a pretty good show there. He hung to your outside, but you were just too good on the bottom side, and another win for you back to back.
Yeah, we've been working our tails off on this thing. I can't thank Bobby Melvin, Junior and Senior, Nancy, Nicole, everybody that helps out. John Cashman for practicing this thing last week because I couldn't get here in time. Jimmy Renfrew, everybody puts time in this thing. We've been working our butts off. Brand new car, and this thing is hooked up, and you couldn't ask for better competition than Dylan. He's one of the cleanest drivers out here, so kudos to him.